Hey everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I hope you can see this okay. I'm real excited to come and show you my newest project. I had a really good time working on it. It is a lace journal, and it's kind of my last hurrah for summer and all the bright beautiful colors and the things that we can expect to see in the summer. So I'm calling it Blooms and Butterflies, or Butterflies and Blooms. It's very colorful. In one of my other videos I had copied some scrapbook paper onto eyelet lace trim, and this is that fabric that I was able to use, so I put it on this journal. I just love this print and all the colors, and then I just trimmed it out with some pink crocheted lace on the bottom and some crocheted lace on the top. So this is the back of the journal, and I like that it's nice and even. It lays nice and flat, so I didn't put a closure on it because it's very busy. Prepare yourself. So it is very colorful. This first cover is like a lot of a teal green color, lots of applique. There's the crocheted lace trim at the top. I love this trim. It sort of reminds me of a crown. And then this is some vintage doily that I put little daisy appliques in the center of. And then every butterfly I created out of lace. So these are some lace pieces that I just cut up and shaped into into butterflies. These were dangles, and I made that the body of the butterfly. This piece is sort of a medallion that I mounted on a vintage tatted piece of doily, and then it's mounted on a daisy shape, and then this is a brooch, and it comes off. It's just pinned on, so you could actually remove that and put it somewhere, or wear it and then put it back if you wanted to. And this is a pocket, and in the pocket you can fit little tags if you wanted, or a photo. That doesn't match. I just wanted to show you that it is a pocket that you could fit things in. And then this is another little lace applique with little pretty danglies. I have a little sequin daisy there, and some pink applique with some vintage eyelet lace trim. You can't really tell it's tea dyed, but under here you can sort of see a little bit more of the fabric that I use the iron-on transfer with. And then I've got just a little stash of some vintage eyelet lace trim here, some sequined lace trim here, and tiny little pom-pom trim here, and some more of the pretty pink eyelet lace trim right here. So that's the front cover, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's just a celebration of colorful blooms and butterflies. So we'll give your eyes a little rest. On the inside cover, it's just done in some really nice tea-dyed colors. This is a popular napkin that I see a lot, but I decoupaged it to the cover. And then it's got a satin ribbon rose here. And then there's a little eyelet lace trim here that you can tuck things under if you want to, and some vintage trim trimming off the top and the bottom of the page, like so. So I'm hoping you can see that okay. Then my next page, it's also a little vintage, excuse me, and it has a lot of doily antique lace trim. This was a doily. I had gotten some really awesome doilies lately, and I've been using them, and this one is an embroidered tan and blue doily. Half of it I cut to put up here, and then the half is bound here, and then this one is a beautiful linen centered tatted blue doily, and I folded it in half, and it makes a great deep pocket. In the pocket I have a little snippet tag, and it's burlap, a little button and a bow and some trim, and on the back you could put a little cameo photo, or you could journal because it's paper. So you can stick tags in there, you can do plenty in there. And then this flips up and it's another pocket. So I lined it with a little bit of like zigzag trim here, and so you could tuck a few things in there as well. And then again, they're just butterflies that I created out of lace. There's one there and one there and one there, and then the middle of the butterflies are from a long strand of iridescent bead that I like to use. And then in the corner here we have a little lace embellishment with a little crocheted flower, and then another little embellishment there with a bead in the center. So this is my vintage powder blue and tan page that I really like. And the next page is very pink and pretty. It has more of the printed eyelet lace trim with just a different page of paper that I printed onto the fabric. And then I've got some sheer like tulle type trim here, a little tag of floral print calico. I love pattern mixing, so I just stashed all kinds of stuff on this page. I've got a rayon seam binding ribbon bow. This is the floral print calico fabric lining the top. A little daisy applique there. There's more daisy applique here, and it stretches to here with a ribbon rose in the middle. And there's some of the eyelet lace trim here. And this is a pocket. It's trimmed with a different calico floral print, and then it's made out of vintage lace. So it's a lace pocket that you could put things in. And then I've got a fabric flower here. These butterflies that you see here and the one that is here were paper, and I printed them onto fabric and cut them out. So these are fabric butterflies. I really like them. So this is my pink page of butterflies and blooms. The next page is kind of fun. It's kind of neutral to begin with. Then I've got a butterfly here with a teal center and some lace trim, and then some really fun trim on the corners here. But what's really fun is there's a card that I like to send along with my challenge entries, and it's loaded with butterflies, and I'm running out of that card, and so I copied it onto fabric, and I made an envelope out of a vintage napkin. And I just love this corded design here. The texture is great, and I think it's a lotus flower, or it might be a water lily. And then I put some tea-dyed trim at the bottom and shaped it into an envelope, and ta-da! When you open it, you can see a load of butterflies. And so this is normally a paper envelope, but I made it into a fabric envelope by printing the image onto fabric, and then I just trimmed it out with some lace, like so. And so when you close it, you've got this neutral envelope, and then you just get that nice surprise when you open the flap. And then of course you can tuck all kinds of tags and journals in there if you want to. So that's another page. And then this is also a vintage floral print fabric pocket on the side, and inside I've got some tags, and I love these tags. This one is an all fabric tag, and you could probably mount a cameo size photo on the back. We've got a vintage image there and some lace trim, a little rose and a butterfly. And then this one I call an apron tag because I put a little half doily at the top and some lace trim at the bottom. And on the back, it's on a tea-dyed card, and you can journal on it, but if you untie it, it unties like an apron, so you can journal on the card. And then you can conceal your thoughts by just tying up the bow like an apron. And it's just a fun little way of making a fabric and paper tag, I think. Let's see if I can make that work. There we go. So that's my little apron tag. And they tuck back in here, and you could fit all kinds of stuff in there because there's plenty of room in this journal. So then the next page is a little tribute to my mommy, who loves butterflies and lavender. And so this one is done in all lavender. I made it a lot of the sheer fabric here at the bottom, which came from a dress, and then there's some lace trim on the side. I've got a little embroidered doily applique here with a ribbon rose. You can see the lacy pearl trim here at the top, and a little cluster of the flowers that I cut out of this sheer fabric. And then I made a pocket. There's another one of the fabric flowers that I cut out. There's a journal down in the pocket. This is mounted on real silk, and this is that popular rosebud trim that everybody loves. I love that trim. And the journal is real simple. It's just on some cotton fabric, and I sewed it onto the cover. And then on the inside we have some cotton material. Actually, this is like handmade, handcrafted paper on tea dyed, and then the pages are tea dyed, and it slips down in the pocket, and you can journal. And then the other surprise is that this at the top is also a pocket, and inside I tucked another journal, and it's a lace covered journal, again with tea dyed paper and doilies. So there's a paper doily and several sheets of tea dyed paper, more doily, and this little journal tucks down in here. So I'm happy that this journal has lots of beautiful fabric and trims, but it also has lots of spaces for you to journal. And then there's a pretty butterfly applique here. So yeah, I'm not sure why that's buckling there. Okay, so that's the pretty purple page, or lavender page. And then the next page is beautiful pink rose print, different patterns of rose print. I've got a pinstriped piece of fabric that's got rose print here. This is a linen fabric with baby roses, little gingham pink ruffled trim, and some ribbon roses, pretty little pink butterfly applique here, some crocheted lace pink trim at the bottom. I've got a little sequined flower in the middle of this butterfly, and then a nice deep pocket again for tags. And I do have some tags in here just to show that you can put tags, but they're not finished yet, so I will finish them. So yeah, we have the pretty pink one here, and then there's some trim here on the side, ruffled trim on the edge there. I love this one as well. A little applique there with a blingy center. And then the next page is this one. It's got a cotton gingham print. I love gingham, if you didn't know that. And a deep pocket here for tags and journaling. I absolutely love this fabric. It was gifted to me from Ruby at Little Books, and again, it's how I love pattern mixing with the gingham and the floral. There's a really pretty little crocheted lace butterfly that I mounted another little fabric butterfly on top of, right here. And then I cut out some of the trim here and put a pretty little blingy center, and the flowers are the exact same shape as the trim, so I love that. And then I have a cluster of flowers here, just layering different pieces of doily. It's a little acrylic rose. I don't know if you can see this one, but that's some layers of doily centers here. And then there's some yellow tatting all around the edge here that I just love. And then a pink butterfly applique, little ribbon rose. And then where I cut this trim, this is that trim at the bottom. So I also have some sheer yellow lace trimming around the envelope there. I thought that was really pretty. And the next page is kind of boho to me, but I loved this. I found this in well, first of all, this is a beautiful piece of vintage crocheted lace that was again gifted to me in the entry from Ruby and the happy mail that she sent me, and I just love this lace. And I used it as a little flap, and then when you flip it over, this pocket was created from an embroidered pillow sham, and I put some beautiful crocheted doily around the edge, and then inside is some beautiful floral fabric, but this also makes for a really deep pocket for tags and journals. So this is another one, and then there's some, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of eyelash trim at the bottom of this page. So that is that, and it flips over like that. All the pages are very different, but that's okay with me. And then the last page is kind of farewell to summer, and it's kind of got more of your autumn fall colors. There's a sheer blue lace here that's a pocket, and I trimmed it with some tiny little iridescent beads. They're kind of like seed beads. This is another napkin that I decoupaged onto the canvas. There's some embroidered lace on the side here, and I trimmed it from here to here. And then there's some blue applique that has a little bit of bling in the center of each one, if you can see that. So this sort of takes it back to a toned down kind of welcome to autumn. And then the back page is real simple. It's just got some more of that vintage lace trim, top and bottom. Another square of that napkin that I decoupaged. And then it's mounted on this really pretty polished cotton fabric and some Chinese braid trim. And then that's the eyelet lace trim on the edge. So it's kind of busy. There's lots going on the pages, but I really like that because my goal is to have somebody just sit and really enjoy looking at all the textures and feeling all the textures and having a lot for your eye to take you to, so that you're almost like you're really reading a book, only it's all about the fabric and the lace. And then if you get thoughts, there's journaling space for you to just stop and write your thoughts down. So I'll flip through the pages again for you. Let's see if I can get it straight first. There we go. So there's this page. And the pink page. And the fun one that flips up and says hello to all the butterflies inside. And there's what's the next page? The lavender page. There's a journal inside. And then another journal up here. And the pink page with the beautiful trim, the gingham trim, and the different pattern mixing. And my gingham yellow pocket with the pretty piece of bling and all the trim and the clusters of flowers and butterfly. That butterfly, I love that butterfly. So that page. And then there's my little boho flap one that I like. You can flip that over. And then there's a deep pocket for all kinds of goodies. And a little bit of the pretty floral print. And then there's this sort of Ode to Autumn page with a little sheer pocket here. So anyway, I know this was kind of long. There was a lot to go through. So if you hung in there with me, I really appreciate you watching, and I'm so grateful for your kind comments, and just thanks for subscribing and coming over and watching, and I'm looking forward to crafting some more, so I will be back again with another video. Everyone have a great day. Bye.